Hi, welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV, and this is the aftermath. Well, what can I say? Very happy with the result on Saturday. Arsenal 4, Reading 1. Let me tell you, you're not going to see a more one-sided game. I mean, going into the game, there were people saying that, Reading, new manager, it's going to have that effect where, you get a new manager in and it raises the team. But full credit to all the Arsenal players. They completely dominated the game. They were at it right from the beginning. Things that we've been complaining about all season, they did, yes, on Saturday. They were just at it right from the beginning. Closed Reading players down, moved the ball about confidently, moved it quickly, and they got the results. And I've got to say a special word to a player that on this show has been much criticised. People have slated him, Gervinho. He had an excellent game on Saturday. And I'll tell you what, if he had been more clinical in goal, something that we do criticise him for, he could have had a hat-trick on Saturday. But he was just so dominant. Every time he got the ball and run at Reading defenders, they were just terrified. And it is one thing that he's really good at. He scored a goal. He made two others. He was absolutely brilliant on Saturday. And I think it's been ever since that game against Bayern Munich, when he sort of came on and he did that little turn and he nearly scored, his confidence has just gone sky high. And we've been saying it for a long time on the aftermath that he is a confidence player, and it showed on Saturday. Well done to Gervinho. Excellent performance on Saturday. Santi Cazorla, to me, he's been one of the signings of the whole Premier League. No matter what you want to say about Wenger, remember, Wenger signed him. He has been an excellent signing, Santi Cazorla. He scores goals, he creates things. I mean, his goal on Saturday was absolute class. The way he just casually curled it in. The way the guy just moves the ball around, left foot, right foot. I mean, you don't know what foot he is. I mean, he's just a fantastic player. Wouldn't it have been awesome? I'm going to say his name, Robin Van Persie. Wouldn't it have been awesome if we'd have kept Van Persie and we would have had Van Persie with Cazorla creating just behind him? I'll tell you what, it would have been frightening how many goals they would have scored. But well done to Cazorla. I think the defence on Saturday, again, was solid. All right, we conceded a needless goal, really. Kind of switched off for a bit. Can be forgiven when you're that much up, but we should keep our concentration. But on the whole, the centre pairing of Mertesacker and Koscielny is working. They're just looking solid. I know they were only up against Reading, but they look solid throughout. And Reading have been scoring goals against many of the big clubs, and they just looked solid on Saturday. It didn't look like anything was going to get past Mertesacker and Koscielny. They dealt with everything in the air. They had Pogreguiat, they had him in their pocket. I mean, it was just a solid display by them. Team looked balanced, and I was just very happy with Saturday. And we're really now pushing on for that top 3-4 place, and I really think we can get it. You saw Chelsea slipped up. Tottenham, you got to say, in all fairness, that was a very good result away to Swansea, but they've got hard games coming up. We've got the easier of the games at the moment, and we've just got to take advantage. We go to West Brom at the weekend. And come on, we should beat West Brom. If we play like how we've been playing over the past few games and just keep the run going and just keep playing like how we've been playing. And remember, we've still got Jack Wilshere to come back. We've still got Theo Walcott to come back. It's looking rosy. It really is looking rosy. The team is looking solid. And I was just overall very happy, very, very happy, I'd say, with the way in which they performed. I just think to myself, why haven't we been performing like that all season? It's because we just lacked those extra players in the really big games. But in all fairness, I've got to give them real credit. Great performance on Saturday. Let me get into the tweets and see what you guys were saying about the performance on Saturday. Jack Thompson says, I'm excited by the potential of the team. We just need to strengthen in a few key areas with some world-class signings. Jack, I think we say week after week. You look at that team on Saturday and you just add a couple of world-class players. I mean, I don't know if it will happen, probably not because of the money and that, but somebody like a Edison Cavani in that team. or somebody like even a David Villa in that team, somebody with that world class. That team has got the basis of doing something. It's got that British core. You've got Jack, you've got Gibbs, you've got Jenkinson who can come in there. I really think that team can do things with just a bit of world class. 3 world class players added to that team. On 6430 says, we shouldn't get carried away. Here we go. He said, we shouldn't get carried away by demolishing a bottom of the table team. The real acid test is when we play the top 4 teams. We're still average. Yes, you've got a point there, Don, but we've got to demolish these teams. And we haven't always demolished these teams this season. And some of these teams have not, you saw Southampton on Saturday beating Chelsea. Just because the teams are down in the lower half, you cannot take it for granted. If you go down there and you don't play your proper game in the Premier League, these teams down there fighting for their lives can beat you. So it was a great performance. Charlie Farley says, I was there and was thoroughly impressed by the Gunners' performance, but partly due to Reading's poor performance. And he says third maybe. Yes, Reading were very poor, but I think we made them very poor by the way in which we closed them down. We didn't give them a chance, and that's why they were so poor. Alex Flynn says, Gervinho showed that he's a quality player yesterday. He just needs confidence. I agree with you 100% there. And he said, then we'll see the real Gervinho we saw at the start. Very true. Miguel Pinto says, amazing game to watch. Completely dominated the game since the beginning. Awesome build-up plays like old times. And continuing on with the next tweet from him, he says, Cazorla was the man of the match. Totally deserved. But Rosicky also deserves a lot of credit after the win. I was very, very impressed by Rosicky. Again, he's a player. I love him in that midfield because he gets the ball, he turns, and he just direct. He goes at defences. And it just changed the whole dynamic of our midfield. It's not slow side to side. We're going forward. And then when you see it, he's charging forward. You see Santi charging forward. It's just a whole different dynamic when Rosicky's in there. And I really hope, unless Jack's back, I hope he plays against West Brom, because I've been really impressed by Rosicky, just as I was last season. I just can't understand why he hasn't played more games this season. Moz AFC says, we played really good yesterday, but we had to take all of our chances against the big teams or we'll get punished badly. That would be my only downside to Saturday's game. We had a lot of chances where, again, we were kind of trying to walk the ball into the net. We should have scored more goals, but 4 goals, still a lot of goals, so full credit to the lads. Boyce Arsenal says, we're so lucky to have Santi, the little special magician. I've never seen anybody who can use both his feet with that ease. Same thing I was saying. Brilliant. The way that he's just incredible, the guy. You don't know whether he's left-footed or right-footed. He's just so skillful for a little guy like that. I mean, how many of these guys have Spain got? It's just absolutely incredible. And last one, Addy says, for all the fans were great for showing love to Rocky Rocastle on Saturday's game. Absolutely brilliant. Rocastle, a legend at Arsenal. At 7 minutes, everybody broke out into applause and they were singing his name, oh Rocky, Rocky Rocastle, all throughout the game. And Rocastle was a player that epitomises Arsenal. And I think like Jack Wilshere is our new Rocastle. And I think Rocastle, looking on this team, would be thinking to himself, just add a little bit more and we'll be challenging. And that's what Rocastle was all about. He was a fighter, and we'll always remember David Rocastle. I mean, I remember him from when I was growing up and was starting to come to Arsenal, and he could be probably still be maybe in management or have something to do with the club. I'm convinced he'd still be something to do with Arsenal, but it's very sad that that death of David Rocastle. But great that the fans still remember a true Arsenal legend. I'll tell you what, we need a statue of Rocastle. We're putting up statues, and everybody who's getting a statue deserves it. Bergkamp and we've got Thierry Henry and Tony Adams. I'd like to see a statue of David Rocastle at Arsenal. If you agree with me, leave it in the comments below. Let's start a campaign. We want a statue for David Rocastle, Rocky Rocastle, deserves a statue at Arsenal, because he is a true, when you talk about legends, he is a true Arsenal legend. So if you agree with me, leave it in the comments. We're going to get something on the website as well, start forming up something to try and galvanise this, because I really like to see a statue of David Rocastle outside Arsenal football ground. Don't forget, tonight we've got a hangout where, you know, everybody gets their chance to come on board and tell us about Saturday's game and tell us about whether they think we are going to be able to get into that top 4 or not. So look at the links below and join that hangout. Don't forget, send us in your pictures, Instagram. You've been sending them in, and we're really grateful for that. We're also doing a new thing now where, if you want to send us in your video clips, I know a lot of fans go to games and they film their own little personal things on phones and that. If you want the masses to see your own personal experience at a game, send this in to us. The details are below again, how you can drop it in our Dropbox, and we'll get those up. The best ones, we'll get them up on the website, arsenalfantv.com. People, you have to come there and see those videos. Make sure you send them in to us in the Dropbox. As I said, the details are below. And don't forget to check out our videos. We had some excellent ones at the weekend. One that's going absolutely viral at the moment is we filmed Jack Wilshere being mobbed by a load of fans in his car. What a great guy that guy is. You know, he pulled up, slowed down, signing autographs, everything. You know, a lot of players would have just driven off, because the lights would change to green. He could have just driven straight through. But he slowed down, had time for the fans. I love to see that. We saw that the other day with Jenkinson as well. I love to see that from the players. And that is why Jack Wilshere is becoming such a legend at Arsenal. And last thing I've got to say, don't forget to like our videos. If you like it is our new saying. Like our videos if you want to see more of Arsenal Fan TV across the web. Thank you for watching us today. This is Arsenal Fan TV. Checking out. It's all about West Brom on Saturday. I'll tell you what, if we win that game, we go into that game on Saturday. Chelsea and Tottenham don't play till the Sunday. If we win that game, we'll be in the top 4 with a game in hand. Pressure will really be on Spurs and Chelsea. Arsenal, let's do it.